All right. So, going on a vacation, planning that business trip. You need a travel agent? Hmm. Welcome to the superpilotish channel. My name's Graham Wilson, and today in my basement, I'll be talking about why and when to use a travel agent or travel agency. If you want. What the heck? I went and used a travel agency a little while ago. I'm going on vacation in a little while, and so I haven't really dealt with a travel agent in years. I haven't done any traveling in years other than by car and stuff like that. But which is kind of weird for a pilot. But like I don't know, if you're working, do you really want to be at the airport all the time? If that's where you work. Yeah, some people do. And I never was an airline pilot. I just taught people how to fly and stuff. But anywho, let's talk a little bit about. It got me thinking about if you're going on vacation and how useful are these agents? Like nowadays, with all the stuff that you can get online, you can Google around to get your best deals and everything like that. So today on the Super Pilotish channel, I will be doing the usual Super Pilotish 5 because I got five, four fingers and a thumb, and it's always good to do that on the camera. So, why and when to use a travel agency? I will be utilizing the whiteboard today. Okay, here we go. Number one is time versus money. Okay, so that's they always say, "Oh, time is money. Time is money. Time is money." And as you get a little bit older, time kind of becomes a little bit more valuable for you because you got less of it coming up ahead of you. So when you're young, time's cheap. When you get older, it gets a little bit more expensive. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's one of those things. I guess you could kind of consider it opportunity cost. Like because it takes a certain amount of time to your Google search and all your what resort to go to, what airline to take, what's the best website that I can compare hotels on or something. And oh, hey, Shecky, welcome to the show. And so, like, that can take a long time depending on how much risk you want to take, or like you could just go like Google up, hit the first result, and it might be fine. But you really want to blow your money on that. But then it takes a lot of time to do all that research too. So that's where if your time is very valuable, like say if you're, I don't know, like here you go, my good buddy Elon Musk. I never met the guy, but anyways, he's sort of Canadian. So anyways, yeah, Elon. I highly doubt that he's sitting there Google searching. I'm going to be flying over to. I don't know. I'm flying to Europe on the weekend, and I don't think Elon's sitting there on his phone or sitting there on a laptop trying to figure out what flight to get. Oh, hey, Wrench. Oh, safety dog's here too. Hey, David. So, Elon doesn't waste his time doing that kind of stuff because his time is very valuable. He could be going to Mars and stuff or making another billion on a car deal. So, yeah, it's not worth it for him to do that. So, I bet you Elon Musk uses some sort of a travel agent. Okay, maybe you don't have his kind of money, but maybe you're just really busy in general and that you'd rather spend time going to your kid's hockey game or baseball game or something like that instead of Google searching for hours and hours to find a trip or organize a family vacation. So there you go. You get to go see your kid play baseball or hockey or something like that, and let the travel agent worry about that stuff. Might cost you. It's surprisingly not all that much more expensive to use a travel agent, but saves a lot of your time. So there we go. That's number one. And one thing I also found going to a travel agent, which, by the way, if you ever do, like here in Canada, anyways, it's probably the same in the States, I'd imagine, is that we were in there and like there's empty desks in the travel agency. Like, because I always thought because you could book things online now that the travel agencies, like they're kind of going out of business or they're kind of downscaling their business isn't quite there. I'm sure it did impact them a little bit, all this computer stuff. But so I kind of asked the travel agent, I was like, hey, so you got some empty desks here. And I kind of suspected. So I said, is it getting hard to find new travel agents? And she's like, yeah, there's none. No one's going to school for it. Like here, it's to be a travel agent in Canada, it's a little harder than in the United States. But here, you got to take like a college course for it. And no one's taking it. And everyone's retiring. And there's no travel agents. So, like the ones that are there are super busy, easy to get a like it's just like everywhere, there's jobs all over the place if you want to work. So oh, hey Wrench, and welcome to the show. Okay, so when I was in there, I was kind of peeking around. Well, actually, I wasn't peeking around. She kind of tilted her computer screen over to us, and they have a really cool, I don't know what you call it, but I'm going to call it the secret network. Dun dun dun. Secret network. Yeah, so these travel agents, the secret network, they 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 have access, or like really good information, or access to good information that the general public doesn't have, and they pay for it, and that's you get what you pay for a lot of the times. And it was really interesting to see, like, okay, we want to get a hotel, we're flying into town, need a hotel, all right. So she's like, punches it up on the computer here. Okay, so here's this one, this one, this one, this one. And she said, okay, everything that we see here, it's already been kind of investigated by the secret network, the secret network of computer experts, or travel experts and stuff, so that they can recommend that to their clients. And so it's a valuable resource worth paying for. So they actually go out and they have people that go through and they say, okay, this is a 5-star, this is a 4-star. And that's another thing that I knew that I never knew. It's like, oh, this is a 3-star hotel. And she was saying that maybe just because it's a 3-star hotel, it might just be that they don't have an elevator, or they don't serve breakfast in the morning, but they have a restaurant that's open in the afternoon. So, like, depending on, like, it could be a totally fine uh, hotel, or could be clean, could be friendly staff, but they're missing this amenity or that one, and that knocks them down a star or something like that. So then that's why you got to look at the reviews. But if you're looking on online, you always get that 1-star review. Oh, the bathroom. You look at every hotel and it's like, oh, the bathroom was filthy. Well, yeah, for a germaphobe, every bathroom's going to be filthy, right? So it's like they and then, like, what kind of reviews are you getting online? So that's your quality of information through a travel agency. You're going to pay a little bit more for it, not much, but you'll pay. But it eliminates the amount of time that you're guessing and scratching your head and going like, I don't know, is this hotel going to be okay? Are they selling drugs out in the parking lot? I stayed out at a couple crappy motels before, and it was just like, hey, this looks like a cute little motel. I go in there and find a crack pipe up. Found a crack pipe in the room by the TV, and I'm like, oh, this isn't too cool. Oh, well, it was cheap. I never went back. But anyways, and then I was thinking, what am I going to do with this crack pipe? There could be residue in there or something. I'll get busted. So I kind of wrapped it up in toilet paper and I went outside and threw the crack pipe in the garbage outside. But anyways, that was fun. Okay. You get what you pay for. All right. Another one here too. So yeah, that secret information network is like, all right, that could be pretty handy. And we don't have access to that as us normies. And okay, so now I didn't know what to call this next point here. We'll call it DIY money increase. Okay, so I know a guy who just recently booked a pretty large vacation down to, was that Dominican Republic, Punta Cana, and he was looking at it online, spending hours and hours looking online to find the best deal. Oh, let me get this here. So I don't know what you call it, but I'm going to call it the do-it-yourself money increase. So what he was telling me, and I just did a little research as I usually do before my show, that depending on the website that you're going to book your flight or book your hotel room or your resort stay, whatever, that he found that like the more he was checking the site, the price was starting to creep up every time he checked it. And he's like, well, by the time he was like calling up to organize everything, because there was a lot of people going in the group. Another thing, the travel agencies are good at group packages. And so, but he was doing it all on his own, saving all kinds of money. But as he was checking the website more and more, the price went up and up and up and up. And he ended up paying quite a bit more than the original quote was. And so I checked it out on the interwebs here, and I found a couple. It's like whenever you're doing your own research, it's it's like, oh, Time Magazine says, oh no, this doesn't happen at all. And then some other website says, yeah, we tried it. These guys jacked up the price double. It's just like, okay, so from what I've heard from this guy and from what I've seen on the interwebs, that yeah, I think there's something like that goes on, judging by your browser history and maybe cookies and IP addresses and all that stuff. And they're like, oh, the more we get them here, the more they come back to the website, the more that the higher likelihood that they're going to buy the trip, and so we can charge them more. And I bet you, I mean, you can usually crunch data to figure that stuff out. So, okay, here we go. What's our number 4 here on my little cheat sheet? Oh, here we go. So, number 4 of the superpilotish 5. What do I got? My little cheat sheet says, okay. Okay, so we'll say, I didn't know exactly what to say. So we'll say travel experience. I will put EXP period. So there you go. Travel experience. So if you go to a travel agency that has been around for a while, now travel agents, they're always getting invited to go to new resorts and taking cruises, and they get super discounts on all these vacations and everything. And if they're a travel agent, they get those perks because now they can go back and recommend it, or if it's a good experience, or they can sell it to other clients or something like that. So they are usually very seasoned travelers because they can do it for so cheap. And especially if you can go into a travel agency that's been in business for a while, like the one I went to, it's always been around. And I've known 2 guys that have owned travel agencies before. They used to hang out at the airport. They got a good chunk of cash. And boy, were they good. They were like right on top of, like, okay, the one guy in particular, I knew him a little bit better. And he had this travel agency and he sold it for a good chunk of coin, I'd imagine, right before the internet came out and everything was booking. So he sold it at the right time. And this guy was like right on top of it for all of his flying and everything. He was like attention to detail, like crazy, like with like just very pleasant and slick. And he was probably the slickest guy that I've ever met. You meet some guy and goes, wow, that guy's slick. Hi, how are you? But not full of crap. It's just like, this is just a really nice guy that's extremely slick. He's a cool dude. And so he was he had his agency for years. He'd been all over the place for like on the cheap because he owned the company, and he could tell you about every golf course in South Carolina or North Carolina. Like, oh yeah, Naples has a large selection of blah 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 for golf courses. I'm particularly fond of this, and it was just like, okay, if I ever go golfing, I'll take this guy's advice. So these travel agents, they got this like firsthand experience where, like, oh, well, take it from the horse's mouth. And that could be worth something for you too. Okay, now another thing. Okay, so we'll say, okay, I'm gonna say number 5, superpilotish 5, the hotline. Okay, I don't know if this is anywhere else. If you have any problems, they always say, if you have any problems at all, call our hotline. And the thing is, like the amount of, I know this one couple that right when, I don't know how many years ago was that? 2020, when the entire world was kind of shutting down and stuff like that. Well, they were over in Italy, and all of a sudden, no flights coming out of Rome. It's like, wait a minute, we're supposed to be going back home. What do you mean the airport shut down? So they got on their hotline, boom, and they had all this travel insurance and everything, and like everything's all covered. Delay in flight, and so I mean they paid for everything. Okay, we'll put you on a train back to Frankfurt. We're gonna upgrade you to first class for flying back to Canada. We're gonna pay for your hotels while you're waiting for this plane to show up. We're gonna pay for a rental car to get back home, like and your meals and gas and everything all along the way. Everything was totally paid just because they had a hotline to call. Now, if they're going on the cheap and they're just like, yeah, I'll book this thing, what are you gonna do? Get stuck in Italy? Figure it out on your own? That's like, so for them, that was total money well spent. Or you can think about that too. That the travel agencies, they'll also, like, they deal with this like travel insurance all the time, health insurance out of town, health insurance out of country, health insurance. They deal with that all the time. So they know, like, oh yeah, this is what I use. And it's like, oh, you use that? You're a pro? All right, I'll just do what you do. where do I scan my Visa card here to pay? So yeah, that is that. And so I mean, but I mean, you could still do that all on your own, but how many hours of your time would it take for you to take care of every little detail and everything? Or is it worth it to pay an extra couple $100 and they give you a nice little package? Here you go, enjoy your trip, call us if anything's wrong. And that costs you a couple $100, and then I don't know, maybe you're really loaded and you get paid, I don't know, $200 an hour. If you work overtime, you get $200 an hour. If you're working at I don't know, on a Sunday or something like that, and you're an electrician at a big plant or at a mine or something, hey, another hour, who cares? Let them worry about it. Okay, I don't know too many people that make $200 an hour, but anyways, I just picked that number out of my head. There you go. There's some like really good information. I just pulled that out of my head. That's what you get on the Super Pilotish channel. Okay, so here we go. We're also dealing with. We're gonna do our little review here. So you got your time versus money. Okay, so that's your opportunity cost. It's if you want to spend all your time researching stuff, hey, no problem. If you don't want to waste your time, spend a little cash, and it's all done for you. Okay, we got the secret network. Oh, there we go. Secret network of information that you have no access to, but they do. And it's all been kind of peer reviewed, and you should be in good shape there. We'll see how that goes when I get back from my trip. And then the DIY price increase, which I have heard happens. I haven't seen it myself, but if you keep checking and checking and checking online, the price goes up and up and up depending on what you're checking and where you want to go. Okay, travel experience. Hey, did you ever go there? Yeah, it was great. Okay, I'll go there too. That's invaluable. And then the good old hotline. Things are going wrong. 1-800. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. 1-800. Yeah. 1-800. RGH. Okay. So there we go. 5 super pilotish, 5 reasons why you might want to use a travel agent. Okay, so there we go. There's my little show for the day. And we'll see if there's any interesting comments or questions or anything here in the peanut gallery over here. Okay. And yes, Safety Doc, Graham Wilson for podcast MVP. Excellent. I will accept the nomination. If anyone ever watches my show, whatever. And okay. Oh yeah, that's right. So the Safety Doc here, he's got I'll plug his show. He's got a YouTube channel that he's not really working on too much because he's kind of doing other stuff, but it's Dr. David Perodin, PhD. If you put that in the search, you'll see some of David's more, I don't know, kind of more educational based uh, I don't know, videos and live streams and stuff like that. So I never even knew he had that. He's got his secret life on another channel. Okay. Here. What do we got here? All right, let's bring up Ranch here. Elon was pushing surface to surface rocket travel in 2017. Has not happened yet. Yeah, I mean that's all that it's. He's going for it, man. He's got lots of cash and lots of motivation to do it. He's interested in it, and he's going for it. But I mean, when did yeah, there we go. Probably the next time you're taking a jet, if you're going surface to surface, I'm gonna get in this rocket and go fly over to Tokyo in a couple hours. Like, what the heck? You might get a better deal if you go through a travel agent. You never know. Space travel agent. Ooh, freaky. Okay. Okay, Shecky's talking about how if you are traveling, elevators and breakfast important. Yep. Most important meal of the day. That's what they say. Okay, what else we got here? Here we go. This is a what do we got here? Oh, come on, computer. There. Whoa. There we go. Wrench is almost never looking for the most stars hotel. Want one that is near and affordable. Yeah, that's another thing too. Where I went to the travel agent, and so they got their little secret network, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, let's pull up where it's all mapped out there, so you could be like, oh, here it is. This is in the downtown, and it's walking distance to here." And this is the shopping district, and it's all kind of marked out on the secret map, and it's this hour from the airport, and yeah, so that's all a big consideration. Like if you want to, like, some of these hotels and stuff like that are just like they're out in the middle of like, no, like I don't know. I drive down the highway on the way to Toronto and stuff, and I'm like, oh, what's a hotel doing over there? It's like here's a highway, there's a hotel, and there's nothing around it. Like, what are you going to do if you need some food in the middle of the night? And I don't know, you're waiting for your plane, you don't have a car, you took a shuttle to get there or something. And that's another thing too that they're good at is they'll let you know which hotels have shuttles to the airport and this and that. So yeah, near and affordable is always good, but not too cheap. And what do we got here? Oh, all right. Well, here we go. Maybe I should hire your wife here, Shecky. My wife is my agent for the last few trips to Europe. I believe we are getting some sweet deals and staying in nice hotel. Yeah. Well, if you can farm it out to the wife, go for it, man. If she's willing to do the work. And there we go. Okay, so that's about it for all the Q&A and all that other fun stuff. So today is Friday, so pizza day. Excellent. And then so I'll be back on Monday because I do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern until I go on my vacation. Then it's going to get kind of spotty, but I'll let you know and I'll keep you informed. So that is about it for the day. We'll shut her down and thank you for watching.